declaration of conflicts of interest. As I say, I've talked about this before and it still rankles me. I'll give you an example. If I invent something that has been shown to improve outcomes in medical practice, I obviously want to use that on my patients. But what if I get paid royalties by a company who's brought it to market? How does that change things? Well, surely declaring that conflict is a key step. And I can also choose to not receive royalties on any devices or drugs that I personally prescribe or use. The problem is the very perception of conflict of interest has people's, their hackles rise. It's something that I think merits a proper, very public debate. So moving away from medical practice to the educational sector, you're listening to this podcast. This comes to you via an educational service. Educational sector in healthcare has some principles that it needs to adhere to. The first is honest peer review. It's the basis by which evidence finds its way into the literature. There also has to be a division between what is editorial and what is business for a journal, and that has to be clearly stated. And there have to be suitable disclosures of conflict of interest and author affiliations. And we need proper quality control so that, for instance, there's no disconnect between what's in the abstract and the content of the paper. And you're probably asking, why am I saying that? Well, because data demonstrate that very often that is the case. And I'm not suggesting for 1 minute that authors are deliberately conniving. I think what happens is during the peer review process, changes are made to the manuscript and someone forgets to change the abstract, but that's something that has to be done. There also has to be a willingness to withdraw articles where errors have surfaced, be they acts of commission or omission. We've seen a lot of that during the time of COVID with this whole pre-publication approach to medical literature. And frankly, we need to see more willingness to publish negative results. And we do have to police predatory practices in publishing, conferences, and authorship, where, for instance, renowned names are leveraged for commercial intent.